the current of the high 1.650 thousand. The Deputy President from this new revised position will be 1.227, 1.188, down from 1.402 500. The Cabinet Secretaries, Secretary to the Cabinet, AG, Chief of Defense, and the group that is banded within that group will be having a fixed salary. And as mentioned earlier, these are fixed salaries for the term period of service of 924,000 from the current 1056, 1,056,000. The principal secretaries and the group that sits within that band have a reviewed salary of 765,188 from the current up of 874,500. The commanders of the various forces within the Defense Force, the KDF, and the band group that fall within that group will be at 747,461 from the 854,241. And the details of those groups will be related or relayed to you immediately after this statement. Remuneration for the Senate and the National Assembly. The Speaker of the Senate and the Speaker of the National Assembly will be drawing a monthly package and fixed for the term of service of 1.155000 from the current 1.320. The Deputy Speaker of the Senate and the National Assembly will have a reviewed remuneration of 924,000 from the current 1,056,000. The leader of the majority and the Senate, and both the majority and the minority, will be drawing a gross of 765,188 from 1,020,000. Member of the Senate and Member of Parliament, the National Assembly, will be drawing a gross of 621,250 from the current 710,000. At the county government, the county governor will be drawing a gross of 924,000 from the current 1,056,000. The deputy governor will be drawing a gross of 621,250 from the current 701,441. The Speaker of the County Assembly and the CECs at the county will be drawing 259,875 from the current 350,000. The member of the County Assembly, I'm sure a number of you are keen on this, not for any other reason, these are very important players in the leadership of the county government, will be drawing a gross of 144,375 from the current 165,000. We mentioned that SRC considered and abolished some of the benefits and reduced others. Some of the abolished benefits at the county government are the governor's allowance. This takes cognizance of the fact that the remuneration paid to the governor takes care of the full responsibility, and therefore there will be no other allowance attached to the position. And so also goes the deputy governor's allowance. We have also abolished the reimbursable mileage allowance. From the statement earlier, we did mention that we will be removing some of the allowances that have been prone to abuse and closing on some of the unexpected allowances and claims that may not have been justified. For that reason, we have removed reimbursable mileage allowance, and we will be sharing part of the structures that we have given to this group. We have also removed special responsibility allowance. This takes the consideration that every position has been compensated through remuneration. So there is absolutely no need for anything called special responsibility allowance. Some of the benefits and allowances that were abolished in the Senate and the National Assembly is special parliamentary allowance, reimbursable mileage allowance, sitting allowance for plenary sessions, and I think this was part of the bigger cry from the people and probably even from all of you as Kenyans, that there is absolutely no reason why both the Senate and the National Assembly members should earn a salary and at the same time draw sitting allowance for the plenary sessions. Otherwise, there will be many sitting and standing and walking allowances. So this is removed. We've also removed special responsibility allowance for the very same reason I stated earlier. For that reason, we removed the reimbursable mileage allowance, and we adopted what we were calling zoning of the various distances within the nation, both for the Senate, the national government, and for the county government as well. And we have 5 zones with various levels of kilometers or distance. Zone A is up to 375 kilometers, giving a return trip on a monthly basis of 750 kilometers. And that they will receive a monthly maximum transport allowance for that return trip. And note this, monthly, not weekly, of Kenya shillings 266,663. Up to kilometers 500, return journey of 1,000 on a monthly basis will receive monthly maximum transport allowance payable through the payroll of 355,550. Up to 625 for Zone C and a return of 1,250 kilometers. Up to 438 Kenya shillings. Up to 750 return of 1,500 will be 533,323. And beyond that, that is 751 kilometers. We know Kenya is sparse and there are various kilometers to be covered, particularly by our elective members. So 751 and above will be drawing a maximum of 738,833. This removes all claimable mileages. And we all know that there were claims even up to Kenya shillings 2 million per month. And this in itself takes care of any of those abuses. For the members of County Assembly, again, we have fixed rates on a monthly basis, up to 45 kilometers return of 90, will be 22,133. Up to 100, return of 200 will be 49,183 shillings. Up to 200, return of 400 will be 98,367. 201 and beyond will claim 147,550. This applies to all our elected legislatures, both at the national, the Senate, and the county government. And we do away with anything called claims, the Friday claims. Out of all this, and with the prudent consideration that SRC factored as outlined in our background, we will draw a savings to this nation, and we are proud to announce that from the savings accruing from the new salary structure is a total of Kenya shillings 8,853,204,952 on the various items or the categories of the payment. And that is structured in a document that you will receive. That is basically giving the highlight of the reviewed remuneration structures and benefits for the state officers in the next 2017-2022. The ultimate goal of SRC is to bring wage bill, which currently stands at 52% of the domestic revenue, to sustainable levels of below 35%. This will go a long way in ensuring that the public sector wage bill is within the threshold provided for by the Public Finance Management Act. We all need to be accountable to the Kenyans, and as public servants, we cannot ignore the element of sacrifice as opposed to looking at employment as a source of enriching ourselves. We need to elevate the service. We need to elevate our sacrifice to the people and probably answer the question, what must I do to the people other than what will I get out of the service? We should strive towards being a producing country as opposed to being a consuming one. We are appealing to the employing agencies to also critically look at the numbers, because we all know that wage bill is a factor of two variables, the numbers and the values. And as SRC looks at the modest remuneration levels, we also need to critically look at the numbers so that we do not lose the benefits derived from the remuneration by employing more. The wage bill, as I have said, is a number of both the values and the numbers. The aim is to ensure we have optimum numbers in the public sector for efficient and effective service delivery. That is our aspiration as Kenyans. That is our prayer as SRC, and we will continue to work with all these agencies and the Kenyans to deliver our mandate. Thank you very much.